absolutely legendary from Saints Gaming. That first game was pure dominance on behalf from the jungle all the way to the bot lane. Senna Braum, they just did not have an answer on the side of the Firehawks. So looking at game 2 now, will the Firehawks come back and make it 1-1, or will St. Clair close it out with a 2-0? We're going to probably get a good understanding from the champion select. So let's hop right into it.
Let's do it, right? We see the bans coming through initially. Felios is going to be banned out.
They don't want him.
Over on the side of the Firehawks, of course, Felios. Nothing too out of the ordinary from what we see.
Akali, Felios, the same thing as last time.
That's it, bro.
Neither one of those champions want. They don't want to either go up against them or they just don't want to play them.
I'm looking for a Senna as well as a Braum coming through here for these guys, the Firehawks. But no, it's just gonna be the Olaf right now.
Olaf right now. After that game 1 stomp from St. Clair, you expect to see some bans coming out to kind of prevent that happening again. We're going to see Echo getting banned out by St. Clair, so almost exactly the same as last game.
Braum here for the ban, Mordekaiser for the ban, and I feel like Rumbag is going to first pick either Senna or Braum.
Yeah, and because they want to get rid
They're
of
predicting it. They are predicting it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Senna's a really good first pick.
Senna getting banned out. Felios getting banned out. 2 ADCs that are really kind of meta right now. And let's see what Rumbag has to pick. Is he's just going to wait his time? Do you expect to see a big change?
I expect to see a massive change over on Blazin just because Misfortune is left open now.
Yeah.
And that was what that Mordekaiser ban was. So the Nautilus ban is really good to counter the MF. However, there are things to counter the Nautilus.
Yeah.
You know?
And so Nautilus getting picked first. Over on this side of St. Clair, they don't have the Senna. So you're not going to probably see you can't see a Senna Braum now because Senna's not in play.
Course.
But they're going to hover over Braum, get the Braum. Who do you expect to see with Braum?
MF is what I expect to see here. I think that they might be forced to pick it here just because the other side is going to pick the ADC.
Caitlyn.
All right, so Caitlyn going to be coming through. Caitlyn, I don't know how I feel about Caitlyn right now. I feel like she's kind of like A-ish tier. Not really S tier, S plus tier anymore. S plus tier definitely Senna, Felios, as well as MF. But Caitlyn, tried and true on Blazin. He loves to play that champion, so why not? Why not go on it?
Yeah, kind of flex his... Could you even call it flexing a one-trick muscle? Or
You can call it flexing your champion pool.
flexing your champion pool? Yeah.
Your champion ocean.
Oh, are we gonna see a Trundle?
Got buffed.
I haven't seen Trundle after the buff yet.
Yeah. So Trundle, he has a little bit more of a slow on his pillar, right? So he has a pillar that it's very annoying to face again. So I believe it went from 30% slow to 40% slow, as well as your W, the thing that makes you run faster. The movement speed has went up, so it's easier to catch up to people in the jungle.
In this last pick, we're going to see Ashe getting locked in for the Firehawks. So that Ashe kind of matching up probably against the Caitlyn.
Yep.
And so Ashe, Nautilus, Caitlyn, Braum.
Yep.
That Ashe Nautilus in the early game was really showing a lot of potential.
Right.
So I'm curious at how Braum and Caitlyn can now shut that down.
Exactly. There's definitely a lot of situations for them to do so. I remember Active Force actually playing Warwick once upon a time. If he wants to lock that in, they're going to be locking that in as well. I haven't seen a Warwick in a minute.
No?
No. But I think the one thing that really helped Blazin out there in the bot lane was the slowing potential of Glacial Augment on Senna.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the main reasons as to why they were able to scale so well there in the early game, just because of how many re-engages they were able to do with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Now we're going to see Vladimir, the first player, getting banned out, along with Pantheon over on the side of the Firehawks, and they kind of going back to the same thing that they were doing last time.
Yep.
So they don't want to... Pantheon, really, really good to play, really hard to go up against, to match against. So I saw it played a lot in Worlds.
Yeah. Yeah. Which champion?
Pantheon?
Sorry. Pantheon? He was banned at Worlds.
Banned at Worlds.
Literally perma-banned at Worlds.
Perma-banned
That's
at
why
Worlds.
I had to double take. I was like, hold on.
I know I saw him played somewhere, and he was just destroying.
Yeah. I think they let him through at some point during Worlds, maybe one game.
Yeah.
Maybe one game. But he's usually played in the mid lane and can literally negate tower shots. with his E. So yeah, take him off the board. Don't let him play it. But of course, we got a couple of bans or extra bans across the board here. Pantheon, we were talking about that. Camille actually going to be banned out for Lord as well on the other side.
Cassio, they don't want to play against Cassiopeia
Nope.
again.
No, she was annoying.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
even Cassio didn't really show a lot last game.
she was the control mage to face against, right? And she definitely counters the Veigar. Veigar has to get up to the wave and stack with the minions. Cassio can definitely prevent that. So you saw the amount of range that she offered in the mid lane, and she negated a lot of the damage that who was playing mid lane. I can't really remember.
It was
Irelia.
Irelia, yeah.
So whenever Irelia actually got up to the wave, it was annoying. But we got 2 picks.
Yeah.
We got Zoe.
I like Zoe, and you know,
LeBlanc.
they were hovering over Zoe, but now they're hovering over LeBlanc.
Now they're over Zoe.
Yeah, I like to see Zoe get played, and they picked up Orin as well, going to play that top lane, and hopefully, Orin
Lock it. You won't. You won't lock it.
Oh.
You won't lock it.
No,
Sorry.
No, he was hovering over Teemo, but we don't like Teemo.
Exactly. No one likes Teemo. No one likes Teemo. No one likes Singed. Yeah. What we do know is that
Fiora.
What we do know is that Ornn and Zoe are going to be getting locked in here. Zoe, incredibly annoying in the mid lane, but definitely fits with this comp.
Is that
No. Ornn and Zoe are going to switch.
Oh, okay.
Ornn and Zoe are going to switch.
I was just gonna say.
No, the reason why the champions are being matched up, at least in this comp. We'll go over it more as the delay goes off. But Zoe, very annoying to face against. A lot of burst on that champion. And of course, we saw that last pick go through the Ornn, the tried and true Rumbag, ended up getting destroyed there in the last match. And the counter pick Fiora is going to be super cool just because of her tank shredding potential. We haven't seen too much Fiora as of recent, but we could definitely see it going into this match.
Yeah, and one thing that I really expect to see is the matchup between Fiora and Ornn.
Yes.
Will Ornn get shut down like he was last time by Fiora, or will it be a little bit different this time? Maybe Ornn will have a little bit easier time going up against the Fiora. Maybe Lord Touch Me is not as not as used to going up against Ornn on a Fiora, but he did pick that character.
The last time I saw Fiora was when they ended up changing her Q to hit towers. So now whenever she dashes, one of the targets that she can hit is towers.
Yeah.
As well, her passive, if you guys don't know, is an RNG passive. So on one side of your opponent, there's going to be a vital that spawns, and you can dash towards that vital. It resets your Q, and it also shreds tanks. So you're going to be seeing it going into this match, but Ornn has to definitely watch out for that, because there could be some vitals where she ends up queuing into a vital, shreds your tank, and then another vital could spawn, shreds the tank once again, resets the queue again, and it's just it's a reaction of resetting vitals, and Ornn has to definitely watch out for that.
Ornn, yeah, that would be devastating to see happen against the Ornn again, because Ornn, I think it was like mid-game, and Ornn was still down like half CS to the other, who was it, Mordekaiser?
Mordekaiser.
Yeah, Mordekaiser just took over. And another thing to look at in this is the jungles as well.
Yes.
Will Trundle hold a little bit more into this game than the Rek'Sai did, or will Warwick kind of live to what Kayn did last game and take over?
I know that Actor Force is definitely a good jungler, so we can take that claim to fame, right? The only thing is that Trundle, if used correctly, can do some work.
Yeah.
The problem that I was seeing last game is that Asian dude ended up picking Rek'Sai and not doing anything.
No.
With that pick. Like, I was expecting at least an assist in the early game. Nothing came across the board because he tried to go top lane, prevented. Tried to go mid lane, prevented.
You pointed it out at some point that the Kayn was like level 8, while the Rek'Sai was level 5.
3 levels ahead.
3 levels ahead, which is not...
You don't want that.
You don't know.
You don't
That's
want
pretty
that.
obvious. You don't want that. And looking at the mid lane matchup as well, Zoe, kind of personal favorite. I really like Zoe. Once they get the sleeps off, it's super fun to watch. Veigar, though. Veigar can dominate this if played right.
See, the Veigar, at certain points in the game, sleeper, right? You don't want to watch Veigar. Only thing is that eventually when Warwick wants to gank, Veigar's E, his stun, his little circle,
Yeah.
annoying to face
Super.
against. Super, and even you know.
I know.
It's annoying to face against because you want to get out of a situation. Boom, you ran into a wall. Warwick's right there with the fear. It's never fun. Never fun to face
No,
against.
not at all. And we were talking about it in the champion select, the
Yeah.
Ashe Nautilus against the Caitlyn Braum, as the Senna Braum last game really scaled against the Ashe Nautilus pretty easily.
Yeah.
But will the Ashe Nautilus kind of like burst damage from the Ashe and the hooks from the Nautilus, will that be able to match up against this?
It's a really big toss-up.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just said, I think even you can tell it's a skill matchup.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can it happen?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it can.
You know, it can happen, and it also can go completely wrong. Blazin and Barnacle Boy can absolutely destroy this matchup. Are they supposed to destroy this matchup? Not really. Because Nautilus is mainly used as an engager, but he can also play very passive with the Ashe, who can, slow from a distance, and all of those fun things.
All the fun things, all the jazz. So now we're going to go once again to my my favorite part of the game. I got St. Clair
Predictions.
this time.
Do you?
St. Clair's gonna. I think they got this one.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna pull a you and say I'm gonna vote for the other team because they're on fire. No. I'm not gonna do any cringe stuff like that. I'm looking over at the other side. I'm looking at the other side of St. Clair, and they got a roster that I just cannot argue against. I absolutely love all 5 of these champions. Fiora can definitely hyperscale if given the opportunity. Warwick as well can just absolutely put an immense amount of pressure, but we can actually maybe see an invade as we're going into this match. It's going to be game number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. We got St. Clair over on the red side this time versus the Firehawks. We see Asian dude. Is he sleeping right now?
This invade could be huge if they get the early kill on him. We're going to see Fiora going in and finishing off on it is the Warwick. That was nice from Active Force to get in there and finish that up. I know you got up for that one. You like that.
If you just press Q on Warwick, it just bites the enemy.
Yeah.
If you hold Q, you travel with the enemy no matter the flash, no matter the lantern, no matter anything. And you saw their Asian dude flashed over the wall. Who was right with them? It was the Warwick, baby.
Yeah. And I know you just kind of like, you're like, yeah, jungler did something cool. I'm going to stand up for that. You like that. You like to see it.
Got me out of my seat a little bit. Definitely calling me out on that one as Warwick ended up going back to base. Got himself a longsword to help with his jungle clear troubles.
Right off the bat, we see St. Clair's jungle kind of taking the high road right now. So they're going to be clearing the jungle, the red buff right away. They're probably going to give it on over to... Probably Asian dude's gonna finish this up, yeah.
If you notice, Trundle is in the enemy jungle right now. So he's stealing the enemy red buff.
I actually didn't notice that.
I know.
But that was
I got you, bro.
You got that. You got that.
That's why I'm casting with you. But Warwick is going to have to realize, do you want to go into the enemy jungle in order to proc something or not? But speaking of procking, in the top lane, you saw the Fiora there. Hit a Vital on the left side and then reset, went all the way around the Orange just to see if she can hit anything else.
Yeah, and Ornn didn't have a good game 1. Touched on that again and again.
Oh, level 2.
Fiora gonna be trying to give him a tough time too. Gonna drop him down to quarter health, and Fiora's just destroying right now. Nice flash from the Ornn to stay alive as the Fiora just wants to clear this wave and put some more pressure onto the Ornn.
Right when Fiora walked up, she hit that level 2, and she ended up, I believe she negated the slow with her riposte. So we saw that right there. Active Force going in for a little bit of a counter gank. You can see him right now with the whole item up. Does not have the red buff though.
No, he doesn't have the rev buff, but who cares when you have the red buff when you have a Fiora gonna gank with you? So Asian dude working along, getting destroyed by Active Force and Lord Touch Me. That was really good, and Warwick now gonna clear the enemy jungle.
Beautiful communication coming through the jungle and the top laner, completely carrying across the board. You saw there, Fiora was able to respond like that. Just because she was so pushed up in her own lane, you leave the Ornn to farm underneath his tower. He cannot respond, because if he responds, he's wasting a little bit of time. He's wasting some CS.
Ooh, there we go. Veigar gonna be stopping stopping the Zoe right there. Zoe's not even having a good time against this matchup either. Zoe, about quarter health left. The stun up on the Fiora, though. We're going to see Ornn trying to just back her off a little bit, clears out the wave, and now it's Ornn's turn to push up. Because although Fiora is doing really good at putting the pressure on, Ornn is not doing too bad of a job as he is a level up on the Fiora.
I can only imagine how much gold this Fiora has right now in her pocket versus this Ornn.
Yeah.
Just because you saw Ornn there was able to buy a Ruby Crystal, but if you can imagine, Fiora definitely has 400 CS. Or 400 gold, my bad. 400 CS. Wow. Definitely has 400 gold plus the 2 assists. Maybe an extra 100 gold.
Oh, nice hook from the Nautilus to get the Braum stunned up. We're going to see Ashe putting the Burst Fire over on to Caitlyn. Caitlyn, though, with the nice flash out. And they're just going to be the Braum and the Caitlyn going to be both backing off of this and letting their wave put the pressure on. So we're going to see Nautilus try to hit the hook. Misses it, though. They're too far of a range to reach. And I think this is time for Trundle to do some work, but that was really
there you go, Blazing.
Nice from Caitlyn to get out of that situation.
Yeah, Blazing gonna net over the wall. I forgot the name of that. It's fine. Gonna net over the wall. And really nice disengage coming through. A lot of ADCs, the one mistake that they'll make is they will go towards the tower because that's kind of like the safe zone. But if you saw there, Blaze did not do that. He walked up towards the river and did not stop walking.
Nope, and now we're going to see Fiora once again giving this Ornn a hard time.
Yeah.
As Veigar over in the mid lane getting some help. Oh, wait, no, I have it backwards. Veigar having some trouble from the Trundle. Now Warwick going to jump on in there. Veigar going down to Zoe. Now it's Warwick's turn to do some damage, but it looks like the 2v1 is too superior to help out this Warwick. Warwick going to jump towards the Trundle, and the Trundle just shaking it off, going to shut him down.
Yeah, Trundle having the red buff available for himself, and you could tell that it was very useful to take the enemy red buff initially and then go back over towards your red buff, which is why you saw that last for so long. The Lord touched me up here in the top lane. Not able to repost the actual knock-up.
She wants it, though.
But she ended up getting that kill.
She wants it. The knock-up from the Ornn was really good, but the Fiora is just way too easy to get up in front, like just up and personal to that Ornn.
Yeah. That was really good. Coming in from Fiora, not able to find her grave just yet, or at least the Ornn not able to find the kill itself. Ornn going back to base, getting himself a Bomby Cinder, but as we, kind of look at this little downtime here, we gotta look at a replay of that, of those fights, if we can get that here. Let's just see what we're gonna be looking at. We see the mid lane fight. Definitely Zoe. Zoe absolutely popping off here in this fight. Just the little passives coming through, and Warwick almost got enough healing there. Wasn't able to do so, but you saw the repost go through. Was really good. It wasn't safe for the actual knockup, but still Fiora able to get a kill.
Yeah, Fiora doing really good in the top lane again. As we want to let's just touch on a couple stats here.
Let's do it.
The Fiora Ornn matchup.
Yeah.
Fiora dominating the top lane, and at first it was the Warwick kind of beating out the Trundle, but the Trundle's starting to catch up slowly.
Yeah.
And even in the mid lane, Zoe did get the kill onto the Veigar, so Veigar did go down a little bit earlier than wanted.
Yeah.
But still, the Veigar doing really good to hold his own against the Zoe.
Yeah, to touch on your point is that in the top lane, you have a 25 CS lead up there for the Fiora, so almost double at this point. In the jungle, still, even though Trundle ended up, he's slowly catching up. Trundle's Trundle, right? He's a tank.
Yeah.
Right? As I say, tanks can always catch up at any point in the game just because of the items that they need. They're going to get tanky regardless. The only thing here is that Warwick, he's going for a little bit more of an aggressive build as he ends up getting this first dragon just by himself. Solos are really good.
Yeah, soloing the dragon. So Inferno Dragon's going to be the first one picked up for St. Clair. Veigar is getting double teamed by the Trundle and the Zoe, and it looks like way out of nowhere we saw Ashe going down to the Warwick, getting ganked. Zoe
the minion,
gonna be picking it up. Minion getting the kill onto Zoe, gonna be trading that one out. So the Veigar getting a little bit lucky with that one.
Oh my goodness, ended up Q-ulting, and usually that's the combo that you want to look out for. Active Force ended up using his fear. That's not good.
No, and the Warwick want to maybe get out of this. Braum giving him a little bit of help along with Caitlyn. They're going to maybe want to push this. No, they're just going to back off.
Yeah, you saw there, even though Warwick did not have his ult. Ended up using that there in the bot lane to secure 1 kill for himself. Definitely really good coming on the side of Saints Gaming, as we just see a little bit of a lead go towards the bot lane.
And here we're going to take a look at the wave clear from the Braum and Caitlyn, as they're going to be trying to put some pressure over onto that bot lane turret.
Yeah, a lot of pressure being put down there, as now we see the Caitlyn finally going back to base, which is really good. I think that she wants to slowly build up her IE. I'm hoping that's correct. Either her IE or her Storm Razor?
Ooh.
Storm Razor. Thank you, producer.
Yeah, thank you for that one, Mr. Producer over there. But the Fiora have done so much damage onto the Ornn. The Ornn's still putting his own, and actually, I'm kind of more impressed at the way the Ornn's playing this game than the last game.
Me too.
Ornn's doing really good to hold his own. It's not falling too far behind on this Fiora. So the Fiora, though, going to want to just dance around him, get some damage done onto him. Unstoppable from the Ornn. He gets out of there, but he's taken down to a little bit.
The vitals, bro.
And yeah, and he ends up getting towards the turret, staying alive. Warwick did engage on the Rift Herald, but
yeah,
just a little bit. I saw that Rift Herald there.
Yeah, he engaged onto the Rift Herald and then realized how low this Ornn is.
And he wanted it.
You were touching on how you liked how the Ornn was playing in this match.
I did not like that right there.
I did not like that either, because he knew that Warwick was topside. I don't know if you saw that, but there's a pink right there. He saw the Warwick come through up into the top lane, and he didn't really want to do anything. Granted, Warwick does have the extra movement speed when you're heading towards a low unit below 20% HP, but Ornn could have stayed beside his tower. He could have literally done anything.
Look at Trundle.
Inside the enemy.
Trundle's just having a good time over wherever he's at. He's been inside the enemy jungle so much in this game. He hasn't been helping out his teammates too much.
Can we give credit really quickly to that bottom left graphic? I never realized how useful that would be until now. We get to see 4 plates actually fall towards the top lane. Asian dude with the gank.
Yeah, Asian dude with the gank, but Young Falcon getting out of there alive. But I was taking a look over at the top lane as the turret is very low. Ornn still getting punished by this Warwick. Yeah, Warwick is just dancing on him, slashing, and Ornn, I don't know why he's still playing Ornn. Maybe it was like maybe he didn't want to pick it this game.
I don't think Ornn is the problem here, as there's going to be a bot lane fight.
Oh yeah, Nautilus gonna get the nice hook over onto Bartleco Boy. He's rooted up, stunned. The Ashe getting so much damage, but he uses stopwatch and gonna still get finished up by the Ashe.
Yeah, really good finisher coming through here. As well, we ended up seeing a mid lane fight take place, as I don't know who exactly ended up falling there, but all we do know for sure is that Warwick will be taking this Herald.
Yeah, and Herald going towards St. Clair right now would be huge, because there is no turret right now for the top lane of for the first top lane turret of the Falcon. Sorry, the Firehawks is gone, so they might be able to put some mid pressure on now, since they don't have to really focus on that top lane too much.
Exactly. You kind of transfer your pressure. You can see the Fiora roaming towards the bot side of the map. The Herald doing so much damage.
Can I just say? Can I just say that last game at 12 minutes there was 1 turret down for Firehawks. This game there's 2 turrets down at the Fires. They're really getting pushed back right now. Now we're gonna see Fiora jumping onto the Nautilus. Nautilus not having a good time. Warwick getting towards him through the wall, holding his Q. Stopwatch coming out to stay alive, but finish up on the Warwick on a rampage. Caitlyn gonna be taking out the Ashe now. St. Clair not stopping.
Yeah.
And they might even want to, no, that's
not
it.
Yet.
They're good with what they got.
It's a ripple effect is what we end up seeing. Top lane goes down, mid lane goes down, maybe the Zoe.
But Zoe now getting punished by the Fiora. The Fiora so good right now, as in the top lane. She's level 10 at 12 minutes and 45 seconds.
Veigar's mid, Warwick's taking Dragon, the rest of the team taking that bot lane tower. Let's look at a replay really quickly as this little break is going on, as we end up seeing Active Force versus the Nautilus. The last millisecond of the Warwick Q is what was able to follow him over the wall. Just as I say, that bot lane tower falls.
And as soon as they take out the Nautilus, they take out the Ashe.
Yeah.
Almost instantly. The Ashe did not stand a chance in that situation. So another dragon comes out, and it looks like it's going to be a wind. The wind. I can't remember what it's called.
Wind Dragon.
Wind Dragon.
There you go.
Yeah, the Wind Dragon.
Very simple, very simple. The Wind Dragon, if you guys don't know, of course, a brand new season means brand new changes. And just before I say that, mid lane.
Mid lane gank. The Veigar going to stop that Zoe in her tracks, and now they're going for another tower. You know, I was listening to voice comms of the LEC the other day, and G2 was joking around about how fast they can win a game. How fast can St. Clair win a game, do you think?
Dude, their snowballing potential.
This is just not looking good for the Indiana University of Pennsylvania right
Insane.
now. This
Take top lane tower, take mid lane tower, take bot lane tower, and now they're right on back into
mid lane.
This mid lane tier. Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna forget that. I don't know why, but yeah, definitely really good coming through here.
Remember, we finish each other's sentences.
Sandwiches, man.
Sandwiches, sentences. We finish each other's. Just looking over at the red buff though. Barnacle Boy working alongside Blazin in the jungle to take this out. As Nautilus getting really close to this with the Trundle, they might want to look at this, and at the same time, we see Zoe also trying to get that sleep of misses, and you're pointing at that gold lead up top.
10K.
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 Almost
gold
11K.
lead. Usually 10K in League of Legends means game over.
And there's only this, I think turret plating just dropped.
Now, the only thing that it can really mean the death of these players is you see the shutdowns on each of them, right? You can see the shutdowns over here. But before I touch on shutdowns, Lord touch me, this dude's going crazy.
Yeah, I think the rum bag needs to just go back to spawn.
Yeah, just
go back to spawn a little bit, kind of heal up to kind of recompose and go back into that fight, as it looks like Fiora's going to take the second turret in the top lane. Warwick taking the blue buff as well inside Firehawk's jungle, and Zoe trying to get that sleep but missing it. Warwick going to look to aggress on that but backs off. He doesn't want it just yet.
Fun fact, if Fiora wasn't able to Q tower, she wouldn't have gotten that top lane tower.
Really?
Yeah, because she ended up auto-attacking, canceling the auto-attack, or, auto, Q auto. And it cancels one of your auto-attacks, and the damage still goes off. Young Falcon.
Whew. I didn't even see that happen in there. The Veigar going to just obliterate the Zoe off the map.
You remember when I was telling you how it's Resident Sleeper a lot of the time to watch Veigar? That's when it's fun.
That's when it's fun?
Because it's stack. Your Q becomes so insanely strong, and then
and just stop them in their tracks, kill them, and there you go. Now we're seeing St. Clair going to just topple onto him. Nautilus stopped by the Veigar. We're going to see the Braum jumping in there, uses his ult. Nautilus stunned up. Active Force going to finish up on that kill with an unstoppable, and instantly St. Clair turns their sights over to the turret.
And while all of that was going on, we saw it in the bottom left. Fiora was just knocking on the door of this enemy team. She's able to take the mid lane inhibitor tower, and now the rest of Saints is on this bot lane inhibitor tower.
Oh my, it's Saints just jumping into this. The nice jump on with the Warwick, the Veigar to stop him, and Active Force dominating Blazin. Gonna be taking out Asian dude. Now that shot over onto the Zoe. Zoe just wants to back off this. They're just pushing Inhib in the bot lane after this tower. And here we go, St. Clair. They could snowball this right to the end of the game right now. They have potential to do it. Inhib gonna be going down shortly. It looks like Nautilus and Orange just waiting their time out just shortly. And St. Clair, they want to get out. They're going to get some items.
Exactly.
Probably.
Get out of that team fight and reset for the Dragon that's coming up in 47 seconds. But as we wait for that to happen, let's take a look at this replay as we end up seeing Young Falcon. He does his job here. Ends up putting down the cage, makes the Ashe waste her flash, and was able to catch out the Nautilus. Then we see the final two. No, you don't have flash for this one, Ashe, as she ends up getting ignited as well as bursted by the Caitlyn and the Warwick.
You don't want me to say it.
What?
Ashe didn't have the flash.
I'm taking headset off and leaving.
Yeah, there we go.
Thumbs down from our
producer.
Exactly.
They didn't like that.
I didn't like that. No one liked that. 17 minutes into this match. Stop talking. Your opinion doesn't matter now. Rift Herald going to be taken now as well. Look at this. Can we all just appreciate this?
The bot, we're going to see,
love it.
this dragon is up as confirmed.
Yeti, I want to hug you right now, man.
That
was
Rift
so
Herald
cool.
going towards, and you know that Rift Herald right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that confirms that St. Clair's about to snowball this even more.
Blazin and Barnacle Boy being caught out here. Can they get out?
Yeah, I think they got helped by Fiora. Nautilus gonna stun in there. He gets stunned up though, but the stopwatch coming out. No, that's just a stun. I'm completely wrong now. Zoe gonna be going down to Lord Touch Me. The Fiora onto that, and just like that, St. Clair pushes towards there. I think Rift Herald should be summoned soon. Young Falcon gonna be taking out the Ashe. Are we gonna see the Rift Herald be dropped?
You gotta drop the Rift Herald
Yeah, there
in
we
order
go.
to end this game. Shelly is gonna be ending this match with a little bit of a jig as she ends up taking out Nexus turret number 1. Nexus turret number 2 falls as well as St. Clair ends up going 2-0 this week for matches 20-4 at 19 minutes into this match, 42K to 24K as we see St. Clair win this one.
Just when I thought game 1 was dominating, when I thought the champion ban picks were gonna kind of make it a little bit more even for the
Nope.
Firehawks, St.
Nope.
Clair flexes their muscles a little bit harder than game 1. Game 2 was even more of a blowout than game 1, which you don't usually see too often.
I don't know.
You're gonna take a breath for that one.
Gotta catch my breath after that, as that was so incredibly intense. We saw St. Clair absolutely dominant, creating a little bit of a name for themselves. Gotta ask you though, man, because you're watching this for like the second, third time, you know, League of Legends as a
That was
whole.
a 19-minute game.
I know.
That was
Everyone realized
epic.
it. Who's MVP, man? I wanted to ask you that.
I have to give MVP to Active Force. There's no way I could give it to anybody other than Active. Maybe in game 1 I'd give it to Barnacle Boy
Yeah,
because those
the Braum.
plays were nuts. But Active Force showed up game 1 and game 2 and just tilted the scale into St. Clair's favor so heavily.
And I think this is where we sign off. Because that game was absolutely insane. So thank you so much to everyone who actually made this all possible. Preston and Yeti going to be on observing, as well as Mike with the audio and hardware tech, and Danner is going to be directing all of this beautiful action. And of course, to us, to you, your beautiful soul,
To ourselves.
Colin Seymour Moore.
The Kingsmen.
Exactly. You gotta end it off on a good note. As well, myself, Daniel, the Saved One Mena. We're gonna be signing off this week as we get tuned in.
Can't forget Baker.
Oh my God!
No, we
Baker.
almost forgot Baker. We can't forget
Thanks,
Baker.
Baker.
Working his
forgot you were
magic
here.
in
I'm
the
sorry, man.
background.
Sorry, Baker.
But that being that, we're gonna just stop that right here. So stay tuned for more Saints Gaming as it will be announced through the week. So just keep your eyes out for the next stream, and we hope to see you later.
My cheeks are red.